So, get settled right quick. Hey y'all, happy Monday. It's your boy back again. My name is Mark. If this is your first time here, and I'm excited to be your reader today. Welcome to Monday Magic. This is, home of the everything. I don't know. Every week I'm more and more excited because it's like in between each reading, there's like so much growth, so much expansion, so much elevation and everything. And it's like I get to come back here and share it all with you guys and to see what happened for you guys as well and to see your proof and to see how things are unfolding for you all as well. And it's like this beautiful give and take in this container, and it's like I'm so grateful for it. And yeah, words can never do it justice, but thank you for being here once again. And yeah, let's get to it. If you are new here, we start every week with our presence practice, which is our breath work, and then we go into our body scanning. And the point of that is just to really ground into this moment, anchor into the moment, and to make space for the things we're going to discuss here, to make space for the energy, and just to prepare our vessel and to prepare ourselves for the moment. And what's going to be an amazing reading, which always is an amazing reading. So without further ado, we're going to do our breath work first, which is going to be just inhales and exhales. But we're going to do deep inhales all the way to the bottom of our belly. And then for the exhale, we're going to make sure our exhales are longer than our inhales, which promotes relaxation, which is very important to what we're doing here because, we don't need anybody on edge or in fight or flight or any of that stuff while we're, working through the energy. So let's get started. Invite a little bit of flow into your body, some movement, and have some fun, If you feel a little silly, that means you're doing it right. And then when you're good and you feel fluid, return to center, and then just close your eyes if you can, and let's get to it. All right, we're gonna start with our inhale. Hold at the top, and then I'm gonna let you know when to exhale. So let's go. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale again. Exhale. All right, last one. Inhale. Exhale. Good job. Go ahead and introduce a little bit more movement into your body. Neck roll a little bit. Rock from left to right. Really feel the energy. Feel how good it feels. And then when you're done, just return to center. And then we're going to go into our body scanning, starting at the top of the head. I'm going to call out the different body parts and just place your awareness there. Don't judge it. Don't think too hard about it. Just place your awareness there. And then if you notice any tension or any stuck energy, just go ahead and use your awareness to release it and to free up the energy and release whatever tension you may find. And just a note that, I may say top of the head, but you can go ahead and check in with your brain, how your brain feels. If I say your mouth, you can go ahead and check in with your teeth, your tongue, all that, all the things that may be within that area as well. So, but don't overthink it. Just do what's right and just follow with your awareness and really anchor into yourself and the present moment. So let's get started. Top of the head, forehead, your nose, your ears, your mouth, your chin, the back of your head, your neck, your shoulders, then your chest, then your back, then your stomach, your hips, then your arms, your hands, your upper legs, like your thighs, your hamstrings, your quads, even your groin area, and your butt. Your knees, your lower legs, your shins and your calves, then your feet, and then last but not least, your toes. And then when you're done, give them a little wiggle. And then introduce that movement back into your body again. A little bit of flow. And then before you open your eyes back up, just go ahead and express gratitude 3 times, out loud or in your mind's eye or just with your energy, whatever feels right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And then when you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes. Ooh. That was nice. That was a ride. Oh, the chat's working too. You're welcome, love. I'll always show up. Glad you get to be here today. Yeah, today's gonna be awesome. So, without further ado, I'm definitely feeling like let's get right into it. You know, I was gonna say should we start with tarot or oracle, but as soon as I went to ask that, I heard tarot as a confirmation. So, welcome to Monday Magic, y'all. This is where it gets fun. And I hope you express gratitude to yourself as well every week, like continuing to show up, continuing to get these messages, and choosing to continue to elevate, continue to expand your mind. That's a hell of a choice, and that's one that deserves being acknowledged and celebrated. It's not light at all, because you could be doing anything with this time. And it's like you're continuing to choose to pour into yourself and to choose yourself. And yeah, 6 of Cups, exactly what we're talking about. It's a divine gift that you're giving to yourself and that the universe is giving to you as well. This feels like the result of anticipation, the result of a long journey and a lot of truth and intention. And yeah, that sounds like the journey to self, because you can put the time in, you can watch videos, you can watch readings and all that, but it takes a certain amount of honesty and a certain amount of showing up for yourself to really make the most of, the energy and the opportunity to grow and evolve. Like, just watching these videos doesn't make you evolve without, you applying the things you learn, without your discernment and taking what resonates, leaving what doesn't, asking yourself questions, looking in the mirror, and going out and practicing these things. That's where the evolution really happens. That's where the actualization, the becoming actually happens. So yeah, it's really a divine gift that you give yourself every time that you walk in your life and move with intention and consciousness and continuing to choose elevation, continuing to choose growth. So yeah, definitely tell yourself thank you, and I hope you spend a lot of time expressing gratitude to yourself as well as to the universe and to God, 1111, as I say that, for giving you the opportunities, because opportunities are just opportunities. It's what you do with it that makes the lasting difference and the lasting change. Because I can give you all the plays, I can give you the cheat codes, I can tell you exactly what to do to live a prosperous life. And it's like, at the end of the day, you have the final say in whether that actualizes, Because I can tell it to you all in black and white, give you the notes and everything. You could decide like, nah. And then you could stay the same. And it doesn't matter how much I told you, how much truth there was in it, and all of that. So it's like, yeah, definitely always thank yourself too. Don't be out here just giving the gratitude to everything and anything when it's like, yeah, they deserve it, but at the very end, the last step for it to all matter is yours, and you continue to make it. So I'm proud of you, and I hope you're proud of you, because you should be. So hell yeah. Nine of Swords. This just feels like burnout. It feels like overthinking. It feels like being in a cell of your own creation is what I'm hearing. It's like, you see, like, these are her thoughts keeping her, trapped in this bed. But it's like, she can get up at any time. She can change her thoughts to change her vibration, all of that. It's like, she doesn't have to be stuck here, but she may not know that, or she may have forgotten. It might just have been too overwhelming in the moment to remember. So it's like, let me know if I'm rubbing my mic or anything to where you can't hear me. But it's like, she needs to remember that she always has a choice. Like we were just saying, at the end, the choice is yours. Like, things are gonna show up, things can be scary as they wanna be, but it's like, at the end of the day, you have the power to decide what has an impact on you and what doesn't. So yeah, definitely take that power seriously and utilize it. Don't just be at the mercy of everything that shows up in your experience. Everything that shows up shouldn't be able to get a reaction out of you, period. Like, because imagine that, like, you'd always be feeling crazy, you'd always be feeling chaotic, because there's always something, there's always something being thrown into your orbit, there's always someone showing up with a problem, there's always, people acting, weird, or you're in public and people are doing things that are, like cutting you off or bumping you and not saying sorry. Like, there's always little things like that you could really get mad about all day, every day. You could have a problem and be dissatisfied with all day, every day, but it's like, why would you choose that? Like, none of it's personal. Like, that person doesn't know you, so it's not like they hate you or they don't respect you. They don't know you. So it's like, oh, they bumped you and didn't say anything. Oh, well, like, my energy's too valuable to sit here and get mad at someone, and they don't even care. They're gone. They took off, and it's like, now you're sitting here in a bad mood and you're allowing it to, change your experience and allowing you to put you in a negative vibration, and now you're putting that negativity other places, and now you're in a bad mood, and that's impacting other people. And it's like, okay, when that happened, yes, that was them, but then you decide to take that on and carry it with you, and it's like, why do that? You don't have to. So it's like, leave those things where they're at. Like, hey, leave the energy right where they bumped you and didn't say sorry. Like, okay, and leave it right there. Don't take it with you. It doesn't have to impact the rest of your day. It doesn't have to impact anybody else. It doesn't even have to impact you. You always have a choice, and it comes down to mindfulness. And I'm hearing meditate, because in meditation, continue as a practice, as you continue to do it, it really lengthens the time, the little space between stimulus and response. And in that space, you get to choose. And that's one of the biggest things I've realized with meditation. It's like, you get to choose. Because I know, and a lot of times, maybe somebody will bump you, and next, you're already pushing them, or, and now you're in the middle of a thing just off a reflex reaction. It's like you didn't consciously choose that. That was your response, and now you're in the middle of it. And it's like whatever happens next, it's too late. Like you didn't get to choose, like, I'm going to be the bigger person this time and walk away. It's like now you're in it. So now it's like whatever they choose to do, if they escalate it now, it's a whole thing. But with meditation, I realized, like, whether it comes to pain responses, when it comes to like triggers and things like that, that space in between stimuli and response gets bigger. So it's like I might feel like, if I touch a hot stove, like I'm gonna feel, it's not gonna be, it'll be kind of like a second where I feel the heat and it's like, oh, and I can just move it and consciously without it having to be this big painful thing, like, and or like even when I get triggered or somebody says something, because we all have our triggers, we have our little things, our tics. I feel it. I feel the response in my body, and it's like I'm aware of it before it has its way with me. I'm not just like, what the heck? And then now I'm, combative or defensive and like in fight or flight before I even realized I was triggered, So it's like, yeah, mindfulness and meditation, all that is such a tool in helping you get the most out of your walking experience. I know with meditation kind of gets this rap as like, oh, it's a hippie thing or like high vibes or mystical experiences, but it has a really grounded and impactful way in your walking life and the grounded parts of your life as well, not just the super spiritual stuff, everything is spiritual. But yeah, I'm feeling really called to drive that part home to you, is that, yeah, meditation has a lot of benefits, and not just the stuff out here, but really in just your walking life. So definitely look into it. Yeah, I'm a big meditation advocate, so I'll talk to you about meditation all day, every day. And I know like meditation alone could really help people in so many areas of their life, because it really bleeds into everything. Mindfulness practices and presence and all that impacts every part of your life. So it's like there's not too many issues I see people have that they come to me and I'm like, meditation wouldn't help with that, It may not be the only thing or the be all end all of help, but it'll definitely set you on your way. And through meditation, all that, will lead you to whatever answers else you need, But yeah, go meditate, please. And you'll see why. And one of the things one of my mentors told me a few years ago, I had already been meditating and been pretty consistent, but it helped me in like trying to get other people to do it, or making it reasonable for them. She was like, do it for 30 days. Don't judge it. Don't sit there and decide whether it's working or not for 30 days. Every day for 30 days, no matter what. And at the end of the 30 days, then decide. And that's so true, because it is a practice. I feel like people typically go into meditation, they try it once or twice, and then they decide it's not for them because their mind won't quiet or their mind's racing and all that. And it's like, that's exactly why you need it. And that's where the practice begins. It's not in just the easy stillness in meditation. It's once the thoughts start to come in where you start to, feel the fatigue as you your mind starts to get busy because it's sitting still. That's where the practice begins. So if that's where you quit every single time, understand that you're never gonna see the benefits of it. That's exactly when you need to turn it up. Just like in the gym, if you're pushing weights, you don't sit there and as soon as you feel a little resistance, you stop, like, okay, I'm done. Because like that's where the work is. That's where the muscle's being broken down to be built up stronger. And once you start to feel that resistance, every rep you do after that where you're pushing and you're like that's where you're growing stronger. So understand that with meditation, once your mind starts to race and you're like, damn, like this is starting to be a little difficult. I keep having to pull my mind back. Keep going. Every time you do it, boom, you're getting better, And it's like, do that for 30 days. And I promise you will see the difference and you will understand it. And it will be enough to sustain you into, the rest of your life or whatever your journey is with it. But if you don't see it through, then you won't know, and you'll feel like, oh, it's just not for me, but it is for you. And the more it feels like it's not for you, the harder it is, the more you need it. And remember, if you're new to it, you spent 20-something years, 30-some years, 40-some years, 50-some years not meditating at all. So understand that in one day, 2 sessions, 3 sessions, you're not gonna just magically be a whole new person like that. So give it some time, 30 days, 60 days if you're really determined, and I promise you from there you'll get it. And it's like, you won't need anything else, because you'll just understand, you'll continue it because it is that impactful. Yeah, hell yeah. No, I'm proud of you. I'm telling you, every meditation session you commit to and do, it does so much. And it's like being consistent is everything. And it's like, even when you don't see it immediately, I'm telling you, do it every day. And it doesn't have to be 15, 30 minutes, 2 hours. Like, if you're just starting, whatever, you can do 2 minutes. There's apps like Headway and Balance where you can change the time. It's like, do 2 minutes a day. Do 2 minutes a couple times a day, whatever works for you. And it's like, you don't have to block off all this time in the beginning, because understand that 2 minutes is going to do wonders. Because, most of us aren't sitting still at all. Our mind is moving from when we wake up to when we go to sleep. So understand that 2 minutes of mindfulness practice will do a lot, and you'll notice a difference. So start there. And if there's nobody who can say they don't have 2 minutes to give it. Like, do it and stack it with something else. Habit stacking might be significant as well. Like, add it to something else you already do. Like, let me think. Something that's a reward for yourself. If you someone who likes to smoke, you could be like, all right, every time I go to smoke or whatever, I'm gonna do a meditation before, and then the smoking can become a reward at that point. And not only will that help it stick, it'll also change your, it'll make the smoke session even better too, because like, wow, you earned it, you did something, you stacked the meditation habit on it, and then you went further into the relaxation with the smoking. So it's like, and that's just one example. If you don't smoke, it could be whatever you find, you do for yourself. If you watch, your Netflix shows at the end of the day, you could be like, all right, I meditate before I watch it, and whatever you need to do to build that relationship to it, and making it a reward and tying it to a reward is perfect. It'll help it stick and help you be consistent for sure. But yeah, I guess it's Meditation Monday, the way I'm feeling called to just keep elaborating. But, and look, right when I was ready to move on, 5 of Cups. And this feels like a move on in itself, Like, it's time to get 2233 as I say that. It's time to get up and make your way to the castle. You've been in a time period of resting, regaining your strength. I'm also hearing discovering your power. And that may have come through feeling powerless, Like, the things you typically do to push through haven't been working, Every time you try this and things crash apart, or you try that and, a new obstacle presents itself, or you figure out this perfect plan and then you go to execute it, and then boom, these things happen that mess up the whole thing. And it's like, it may feel like, like resistance. It may feel like the universe, beating you up or sending you all type of things, messing with you even. But it's like, understand that through that, you're also cultivating the realization that you'll be all right no matter what. You're realizing like, oh, like this is all falling apart, but still I stand, I'm still here. There's still great moments in these days, even on the hardest days, the worst days where I feel like giving up, there's still those little sparks and those glimmers of hope. And you realize that you have the power, no matter what's going on around you, to cultivate a good life for yourself, even if that's a good present moment, because that's all that's real anyway. Because you can sit here and stress all next week, all next month, or what's coming, and then you get there and something changed it, and it's like, wow, like I spent the last month literally stressing, fearful, not being present, not doing the things I love in preparation for this thing that just at the last second got postponed to another day. And it's like, yeah, that's how things typically can go. So it's like, the best thing you can do is just anchor into the present moment and understand that your body, your spirit team, your guidance, everything is very much tapped into the bigger picture. Like, you may not be. So understand that your body may be telling you to rest because it understands that there's nothing to worry about. But you're thinking so hard, and your conscious mind is so in the way that you're trying to make the decision for yourself, when it's like your intuition told you to relax, your body told you to relax. You got an angel number when you were thinking about taking a nap. You looked up and saw 333. Everything told you to relax, but you just couldn't surrender. You just were like, nah, I need to go do this. I got this due next week, and you just going to go do it. And it's like, now you're more burnt out. Now that may not even work. And it's like, yeah, I just feel like that's been a period that we've been walking through, we've been working through, just to understand that, yo, you can relax and understand that you're okay. And it's like, sometimes the way to show you that you're okay is to really make you feel like you're not. So when it's all said and done, you're at the bottom and you give up and you realize, damn, the world kept going, the sun came back up and everything's fine. It's like you realize, damn, I'm okay, and I'm gonna continue to be okay. I'm always gonna be okay. Things may get hard and I might feel shaky and things might, really get super, super crazy. But it's like, the constant is that you're all right, like you're good. And you will continue to be good, and you will continue to get the resources you need. You will continue to get the support you need. And the quicker you can embrace that, the quicker all this can wrap up, and you don't have to learn those lessons in that way. Once you discover your power, you wake up to yourself and to your connection to everything, the universe can be more gentle with you, especially if you're someone with a big purpose and a big plan. Like, you have things to do, so you can't spend too much time awake or sleep to yourself because you got to get to it. So it's like, if you have been resisting a lot, I get the feeling that these wake-up calls will get louder and louder and louder and louder until you really just truly surrender, and a lasting surrender, not a surrender when you're done, you can't do anymore, and then things pick up and then you're back to, hands-on everything and freaking out and, not surrendering again until it happens again, and there's this cycle. It's like, no, trust, have faith. And that doesn't just mean when things are good. Faith is most important when things look crazy, when the shadows and the illusions are all on your back and on your neck. Like, that's when faith is its most powerful and it's most needed. So if you only have faith when things are good, then you're out of alignment. So yeah, just trust yourself, trust your spirit team, trust God, the universe, Allah, whatever you believe in, trust it and allow it to show up for you no matter what. And understand that it will if you allow it. The energy feels different today, but yeah, it feels very big and very powerful. So thank you for being here. This feels like a true meeting of the minds, and it feels like, a council of people here to do big, amazing things. And, we're here to, pick each other's brains and to debrief before we move forward into our next things. And that's really dope. And I'm grateful and honored to be in your presence. So thank you. Dang, I'm trying to shuffle. This card did not want to go. Wow, that makes sense. High Priestess. I'm hearing go within. I'm hearing you have some guidance that wants to reach you. Like, yeah, to a certain degree, there's guidance that's just for you. Like, no matter how many readings you get, no matter how many psychics you talk to, how many mediums channel something for you, there's guidance that's only for your ears, your eyes, your heart. So you need to cultivate a relationship with your inner world and figure out the best ways for you to receive your guidance, whether it be, getting your own cards or in meditation or whatever. Like, we're all different. We all have our different connections and strengths as far as connecting to spirit. So the quicker you can dive into yourself and explore that and figure out what works best for you, the better. And understand that, yeah, there's things that are trying to reach you. There's guidance that's ready for you to receive it as far as your next steps and moving forward. So please prioritize your inner world, prioritize meditation, prioritize, looking into the different clairs as far as like clairaudience, clairvoyance, clairsentience, and the different psychic strengths and abilities and things like that, because all that helps you get your guidance, helps you see what you need to see and connect to the universe because you have gifts. So definitely look into them. There's quizzes and stuff that can help you find out what your gifts are and what your psychic abilities are, and understand that they're very real. And the first thing in unblocking that is to accept that they're real. And you don't even have to just accept it, but be open to it and allow the proof to come, because who you are is always trying to present itself to you. The proof of all that stuff I'm talking about is always trying to present itself to you, which is why you're here, which is why you're pulled into these readings and things like that, just to soften you up to the reality of what's actually going on here and all the magic that's around, and understand that yeah, you are psychic. Congratulations. If you didn't know that, you're very psychic. So yeah, look into it, take a quiz or something, read about them, whatever resonates, and then just kind of explore it and understand that through that process, you'll get your connection. You'll understand your place in all this. Purpose will find you and everything will find you, but you have to prioritize it. Like it's life or death. Meditation too. All that stuff is very important because it all helps you create your reality. So it's like to not prioritize it is wild as you continue to, work through all this chaos, but it's like the fastest way, 30-30, as I say that, the fastest way to change all this is to get in contact with your inner world, because all this is reflections of that. All these are results of the thoughts and the creations of other people and yourself as well. But all this is stuff that's already done. So using the results to try to change stuff is not as far reaching as going into the inner world and changing the thoughts that all these are just physical manifestations of. Changing the energy, changing all of that stuff, which will change the outputs, which will change, your decision making, which will change the things that presents itself to you, the things that you're in resonance to, and all that. So it's like if you're not prioritizing the inner work and just are prioritizing all this, understand that you'll be at the mercy of all this when all this is just results and physical manifestations of past energy that's not here anymore. Like the chair you're sitting on was a thought of somebody, and then the result of the labor of somebody, and all that from before, like not in this moment. So understand that that's everything you see out here. None of it was just, out the mind. In here, it's like all this are past thoughts. This tree is a past thought. It has a present vibration and it has presence now, but understand that it's the product of a moment that's not here anymore. So yeah, definitely prioritize your inner world and understand that that's what's real and that's what's projecting all this out here. And as you change your inner world, your outer experience will change, your awareness will change, as your vibration does, as your frequency changes. So yeah, please prioritize your inner world and don't treat it as like a luxury or something to do when you have the time. Understand that you have to make the time. It's important. And it doesn't have to be a lot. And as you start with a couple minutes a day or whatever, like I promise you, it will be easy to expand from there because you realize you have time. You realize how important it is once you start. So if you have to start with a 30-second meditation, that's all you can do today, okay, like that's fine. But understand that tomorrow it might be 1 minute. You'll want it to be 1 minute, not even like you'll force it. But it's like you have to start somewhere. 10 seconds, like whatever you have to do just to get in there, please do it. And understand that that's enough for today. And just have the intention to be growing and expand, and understand that you will, because that's what you're built to do. Once you get over the inertia, an object at rest will stay at rest, and an object in motion will stay in motion. So understand that the hardest thing to do will always be to get going, because inertia will want to keep you there. Like just like the gym, showing up is always the hardest part. Once you get there, it's kind of like everything's easier from there. But it's like, I don't want to get up. I just want to sit here. The gym, it's going to be hard. But then once you get there, it's kind of like you just get into it and then you knock it out. And even if it's not a good workout, it wasn't harder than showing up was. Like getting there will always be the hardest part. So whatever you need to do to get over that inertia and to get the object in motion, do it. If it takes 10-second meditation, that's all you got today, okay. I have faith that tomorrow you'll knock out 30 seconds and you'll continue to expand, and soon it'll be 30 minutes after a while and an hour, and then we got to come get you out of meditation. Like, yo, you got to come back. Like, you got things to do. And that's what's dope. And you'll never see it coming. You'll be like, wow, like, how did I get this far? And it's like, yeah, because you showed up that one time. And it's like, sometimes that's all it takes. And you can do that. You can do that. So no matter how hard a task seems or how insurmountable something seems, like, show up. Please just show up. And if you decide from there to stop, that's cool, but show up. And I have faith that once you do that, everything else will happen because you already got that motion going. It's like, I can keep going. And you overcame inertia, so congratulations. Dang, I saw this card earlier. It was on the split, but it just jumped right out. King of Cups. I heard the world is what you make it. Yeah, be firm in your emotions. Understand that emotions are just energy. Don't allow them to just have their way with you. Emotions are just energy as well as information. They tell you things about your outer world. They tell you how you're feeling on your inner world. It's like a notification, it's like, boo, you're sad, like, you're a little shaky, and and then you can do something about that to change it, improve it, sit with it to see why it's like that, whatever you choose to do. But understand that it's just a notification. Doo-doo, like, oh, you're upset. Doo-doo, you're triggered. Like, and it's like, it doesn't have to mean anything. It's only as real as that. Like, you just feel that right now. It doesn't mean that what happened outside is worthy of you feeling like that, Like if somebody, like if like a little piece of wood falls on your head and it triggers you, feeling upset doesn't mean that that's like, you should feel that way, or like, wow, that tree's so disrespectful. Like you should teach a lesson. It's kind of just like, this is how you feel. It's not, which is neutral. It's not saying that's a good thing, a bad thing, or that it's valid, or that it's warranted, or any of that. It's just like, this is how you feel, black and white, period. And what you do with that is your choice, and it will always be your choice. But understand that that's all it is. So don't feel like every time you're mad, you got to go take it out on somebody. Don't feel like every time you're sad, you have to be hella depressed and alone and all that. Like, you don't have to be. If you want to, yes, cool. But understand that there's a million ways to work through any of that. There's people who get sad and go create, they go paint, they go make a song. Or there's people who get mad and they go work out, and it's like, you have the ability to alchemize all these things. You have the ability to transmute all this energy. And yeah, it's in your best interest to do what's in your best interest at any given time. In your best interest may not be punching that person in the face. But you might have been working on an album. You're like, this could make a good song. I can go get all this angry energy out, and it might be a song that's pretty angry and like, hard and like, whoa, this is intense. But it's like, for somebody, there's somebody who feels things that intensely, and it's gonna be the best song ever to them. And you're gonna love it because it was inspired and it was authentic, and it came from an emotional place that was valid, and it was you in that moment. It was the most authentic you. You were your higher self because you were yourself in the present. So understand that, yeah, emotions are just energy and notifications and information, and what you do with them is your choice. And mindfulness allows you to always have a choice, and to lengthen that space where you can make a choice, where you can choose differently between the stimulus and the response. And you have, in between that is where you choose and you create your life, because things are going to happen, and then how you respond to them is where the magic is. So, young boy, high key. So, yeah, definitely use your emotions and your energy as the superpowers that they are, and create the life that you want to create, and live in accordance to yourself, and understand that it's all okay. Like, you always have a choice. Even the worst feeling you feel, the worst thing that's ever happened to you, it doesn't have to be, There's a way to alchemize it and to allow it to lend itself to your evolution. And once you understand that and you continue to live intentionally like that, understand that life will be this continual evolution game, and everything that shows up to you will pay you forward and will elevate you, because you understand that I'm only going to keep a perspective that serves me. No matter what shows up, how hard things get, whatever, I'm going to see it all as, means to my end, to me getting to where I'm trying to go, me elevating and growing as a person, which is what I'm here to do. So if you accept that, it's not delusional, I promise. And the things that show up will have that impact on you. And you'll realize, like, wow, like, I figured it out. And life is this thing that I can really maximize and enjoy every step of the way, no matter what shows up, no matter how hard it gets. And that's such a freeing truth, It's humbling in the fact that, there's nobody to put blame on. You can't walk around and be like, you can't be a victim through that, because that's not in alignment to how you believe this all works. And I know for some people, they find comfort in being a victim, It's easier than to take responsibility and show up and acknowledge that, all this is a product of their choices, or consciously and subconsciously, because it's not always just like, I'm gonna do this that does it. It's what you didn't do. It's what you didn't show up for. It's not putting your best foot forward, or not that person you felt called to talk to but didn't talk to because you were scared, or all that stuff leads to exactly your present moments that you enjoy and experience. So yeah, just take your power back and understand that it's all here for you, and it's all to help you be your best version, no matter how hard it is. And the harder things are, like, the more capacity you have for the light, the more capacity you have for the energy if you are able to alchemize it, because the hardest things that, like, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, but that it's not just on its own. It takes alchemy to do that. It takes transmutation to do that, because the hard things, they can knock you out, but if you can work with the energy and be like, I'm gonna allow it to serve me this way, and you can put it into yourself and turn what seems like something that was meant to break you into something that elevated you, that evolved you and made you stronger at the end, then hell yeah, you can't lose that way. And it's like, yeah, so things are really hard for you. Understand that's a lot of potential energy. That's a lot of potential outcomes, a lot of potential everything, if you take advantage of it the right way. So hell yeah, rise to the occasion. And I challenge you to embrace all the hardest things that show up and take responsibility for it all. Even if you don't fully believe it at first, be like, what, everything that shows up is for me, and it's all a result of me and my vibration, the frequency I'm putting out, and all that. And understand that if you embrace it all and love it all that way, as if like your source, the source that you are, understand that you'll have a new appreciation for your life and the difficulties, the obstacles, and everything that may present itself, because it's all you and it's all part of your story. It's all what makes your story legendary. It's all what makes your story worth telling. When people ask, dang, like, how'd you get here? Or what was your journey like? And and you put that smile and you're like, how much time do you have? And then you start diving into it, and there's this story, that crazy thing, all that makes up the totality of who you are and your legacy here, and makes the work you do just that much more impactful, because you're not someone who is just speaking from just a bunch of stuff they read, but from experience. These are the things that literally kept me here. These are the things that literally strengthened me, that almost broke me, that that really impacted my life and brought me to where I'm at right now. And it's like, without those experiences, your story's a bit hollow. And you're someone here to do a big thing, and people here to do big things don't have hollow stories. Their stories are dense, they're thick, they're full of action-packed details and things that they probably forgot about that they experienced, And it's like, yeah, you're living a life worth living. So understand that difficulties doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. It doesn't mean that you're off track, you're not in alignment. Because if you're growing through all that and you see that you're elevating through it all, then understand that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. And hell yeah, don't trade it for the world. And it's like, just be grateful and understand that it's okay, and that you're built to win, you're built to last. So hell yeah. Two of Pentacles. Hey, welcome to the party, and thank you for the follow. Two of Pentacles. This is a balancing act right now. Things are being rebalanced, and you're rebalancing yourself. Yeah, I get the feeling that you're on the other side of a portal, is what I'm hearing. Like, and it may be the eclipse energies and things like that. The eclipse, 999 just passed. There's been a lot of energy at work in our experience, and I've seen it show up in so many ways, but this just feels like you're coming out the other side of that portal, more clear, more yourself, more in alignment, and you get it now. And now it's kind of like, okay, now I'm rebalancing. Like, I understand, I've learned these things, and now I'm applying it in order to get to this next chapter, create the next part of my story. And it's like, hell yeah. That's the most important part, is the integration of the things that you're learning, the integration of the energy. 43, 44, as I say that, it's really about applying it to your life, and that's where the magic really is. Like I continue to say, I can tell you all the keys, I can tell you exactly what to do, but it's like what you do with it beyond there is how it impacts you. And so it's up to you. It's up to you. No one's coming to save you. They might come and, throw you a little wrath or whatever, but it's going to be on you to get on it and get yourself out the water. Like, no one's coming to just scoop you up, So understand that you applying these things and integrating them is you saving yourself. And it will continue you'll continue to get the proof. You'll continue to see your power. You'll continue to see just how connected you are to all this stuff, just how supported and guided you are, and that you always were. And that takes faith, and it really takes surrender. And yeah, sometimes you have to be that fool. I'm seeing the fool in my mind's eye. yeah, sometimes you have to just step out on that calling in your heart. You know, you might not have all the logical proof. You might not have the people saying, yeah, that makes sense. But it's like, you got the call, and it's like, I just got to follow it and see where it takes me. And it's like, understand that it will always take you to more of yourself. And yeah, and that's something that you understand as you do it more. And it's like, you can start with small things. Just, what do I want to eat today? Follow your intuition about that. Or just whatever, take a different way to work. Or even though you feel like maybe, you know, this one's the most efficient time-wise, you know, take the scenic route. And just try different things and show up and take leaps of faith and not rely on everything to make logical sense for it to be valid. Because a majority of this world and our experiences is not logical. Like, it's the unseen, it's the creative, it's spirit, it's all that. So it's like that's just as real as the things you can come up with in your mind from thinking, or doing the math, 4 + 4 = 8. Like, understand that, yeah, a lot of that stuff isn't that black and white. So allow your life to not be as black and white. Allow space in your life for spontaneity. Allow space in your life for miracles and for things to show up and for you to show up differently, or you to do something random that you know you didn't come into the day ready to do. There has to be some room for that stuff, because that's where the miracles live. Miracles are not rigid. They're not tied into boxes, and you know, they're fluid. They're in the flow of things. So if you're never in the flow, or you never embrace flow, understand that miracles are going to be hard to come by, or they might come, you may not even recognize them. So definitely free yourself to experience the magic, because it wants to be experienced by you, and it wants you to be a vessel of it and allow you to be living proof in every day. 46 as I say that. So yeah, definitely enjoy the ride. I feel like that's the continued theme and concept, is like, enjoy the space and understand that life is magical, man. Like, it's very, very, very magical. And the more you allow magic to exist in your experience, the more it will. And the more it will fill up the spaces in your life where there's space for it. So yeah, if you don't believe anything or none of it resonates, you don't have to go with my proof. Just allow. Just be like, you know what? If this is true, I'm going to leave space and show me how good it gets, spirit. God, show me how much magic there is, and just keep your eyes open and don't overthink it when it shows up. It might be subtle at first, you know. You might look up and, you know, at the very second you looked up, you saw your favorite restaurant while driving in the car, and it's like you didn't even know there was a location over there or something like that. Like, that's magic. Like, what are the odds of that? You could have looked up a second later and didn't see it. You could have been looking the other way and didn't see it. You know, you could have took a whole different route and never even knew that was there. But it's like, in that moment, all stars align for that experience, and it's like, that is magic. So understand that a lot of magic may look like regular or coincidence or like something small, but this world is perfect, man, and poetic and very, very beautiful. So embrace it all and soften yourself. Don't be too hard, don't be too rigid. Oh yeah, I love you. I don't know, I felt really called to tell you that. I really feel it. And yeah, it felt random, so I wasn't gonna say it, but I know better than to, you know, sit there and bite my tongue or get in the way of, you know, the flow of my energy, the flow of divine energy and all that. So I love you, and you're doing great. Justice, balance, again, there's a lot of balance energy here. I'm also hearing Libra, so hell yeah, it's definitely, Libra season is definitely coming in soon. I won't step on the Virgo's toes. I know y'all still got some time on the clock. Enjoy. But hey, Libra gang coming right behind there. And I'm a proud Libra, so I'll see y'all soon. All right. I'm feeling called to switch to Oracle. So these 4 came out. Oh, wow. Oh yeah, nice to see you again too. This came out earlier, 5 of Cups. Again, it feels like just time to get up. Like, you've been learning a lot, but now it's time for action. It's time to get up and return to the castle, and it's time to get everything you've been working for, you know? You've been getting clear for a reason. You've been in this space for a reason, but this wasn't the be-all, end-all. You have things to do. So now that you've learned everything you need to learn, you got your strength, go get it. It's here for you to It's here for you to give, and it's waiting on you. So enjoy the process too. Don't be too serious or, be too unrelenting in it. Like, understand that there's fun that can be had in this process for whatever this is. And there is fun to be had because it's something you enjoy. It's something you're passionate about. So why would you not allow yourself to have fun? Silly. The moon. Don't fall for illusions. Understand that you're made of the same stuff as everything here. Like your worst enemy, your biggest fear, sharks, spiders, all that. Understand that at its base level, when you get it all the way down, you're all made of the same stuff. It all comes down to light. And it's like, yeah, you're made of literal stardust. There's nothing to be afraid of. Like, if only you knew just how connected you are to everything, how source is literally flowing through everything, and it's just you in different frequencies, at different vibrations, and in different forms, you'd understand that you're not afraid of yourself, so none of this stuff is to be feared, Yeah, that's what I'm getting to drive home. It's like, you see, like, they're all kind of doing the same thing, looking up at the sky. It's like, they're all the same. They're just vibrating at different frequencies, so they look different, they feel different, all that. But at the end of the day, they're all the same source. They're all made of light. They're all, So understand that this is the same with you, and the very things that you feel like are against you, or the forces against you, or the things that might pop up that may make you feel frightened or scared, or like you have to protect yourself. Understand that it's you. It's all you, That person is you. That thing is you. All of that. So it's okay. Hang your hat on that and understand that you're in the flow of all this, and you're just as important to the big picture of life as everything here. That you're all just one embodiment of God. You're just one form. So don't take things so seriously. See past illusions and understand that that's all they are, for real. Separation isn't real. Oneness is the only thing. This came out earlier as well. This is a restructuring of balance, Like what I just said might have hit home for someone, and it's like, it clicked, and now it's like, okay, now you got to rebalance your life now, because you're not the same anymore. Your understanding of what's going on here is different. Your understanding of what's going on here is different. So that takes integration now, and it feels like, okay, wow, okay, so I'm connected to everything. It's all me. So now it's like you have to restructure your life to reflect that truth, and to move with that knowing now, and understand that now your life is different. You're different just because you just changed your operating system. You just input some new code in there and change how your reality operates and what proof you get. Because the proof you get and the things that show up for you are in accordance to your awareness to the world at any given time, your awareness to your connection to it all. So understand that if you know just how connected you are, you know how supported you are, you know how divine you are, and that you are, God embodied, understand that your reality will give you the proof of that. But if you choose to believe you're separate from everything, that everything that shows up for you is really bad and hard, and like your life is the worst and it's always something, understand that you'll get proof of that. Your reality will be like, oh, okay, like that's the reality they believe in, that's the reality they want. And it will continue to show up for you like that, and you'll continue to get proof. So understand that don't fall for that feedback loop where it's like you get the proof of that, and then you're like, see, I told you everything is bad, nothing works out for me, see, I told you. Understand that that's going to keep happening. You're going to keep feeling like, see, I told you, but understand that it's a co-creative process. It's a dance that you're doing together with life. So it's like, if you're like, oh yeah, my life sucks, I'm a victim all the time, oh man, every time I feel like I'm good and something bad happens, understand that you in life are doing this dance. Like, okay, like, yeah, I'm going to make you the truth. Like, I'm going to show you evidence of that. And you're going to feel like, see, but it's like, tell yourself a different story. Be right in a positive way. Be like, oh man, great things always happen to me. Oh man, every time I wake up, there's new miracles to be found. Like, do that dance. That's a much better dance. Do that dance with the universe, and see that the universe will dance with you back, and it will give you proof of that as well. And it's like, you get to choose. So how do you want life to work with you? Because life is going to prove you right. It's going to always prove you right. And I know that you might just be like, okay, like in this moment I thought this, but it's like, understand you've been operating one way for so long. So understand, like, yeah, you can change like how you believe logically right now. Be like, okay, I choose to believe that. But it's like, understand that work has to be done. Your nervous system has to be worked on. your inner world has to be worked on. You have to really drive that home to change your subconscious programming, because that's what's driving all this stuff. So yes, you can grasp it at an intellectual level, but understand that there's still work to be done on your system, on your operating system, and everything inside in order to get those projections properly in the world and in your experience. So understand that that's not an overnight process, and embracing it and having the awareness is the first step, but continuing to choose an alignment to that is going to be how you ground it in. So yeah, I'm feeling called again to tell you to embrace that your life is projected from your inner world to your outer world, and to really work on that, and to change what you believe, and to sit with yourself and decide what you believe, decide what you know to be true, what resonates with you, and what serves you, what empowers you in your life moving forward, and to really walk with that. I would definitely not advise you to believe anything or accept anything as truth that disempowers you, because it doesn't serve you. Everything you believe and accept as truth should serve you. It should empower you. If there's something you believe and it makes you feel less than, or feel like you can't achieve everything you need to achieve, or it really beats you down, you need to get rid of that. That can't be in your operating system. Because yeah, you're not the center of the universe, but you're the center of your universe. Every day you wake up, you're gonna wake up as you, You're not gonna wake up as another person. You're not gonna wake up with a whole nother perspective, a whole nother point of view. Understand that you're gonna continue to operate in this reality as you. You are the center point of your reality. So understand that whatever you believe and know and accept as truth should serve you. It really, really, really should. And in that process, you'll realize your experience will change, and you'll feel more empowered. And then the universe will reflect to you things that make you feel empowered. And just an example of this that I keep hearing is just like people who believe in, Christianity and God. Like, you see those posts all the time. You're like, I don't see how people don't believe, or whatever. And they have all this proof about how God has done this for them, God has done that for them, and whatever. And it's like, I believe it for sure. But if you go talk to an atheist, they have so much proof as well, If you go talk to this person who believes that religion, they have so much proof. If you believe somebody over here, if you go talk to them, they have so much proof that's showing up in their life as well. And it's like, that doesn't mean somebody's lying or somebody's wrong. I believe they're all right. As far as I know at this point, it's like everybody's reality operates based on, like I said, their knowings and what they accept as truth and how they project it outwards. So understand that the person who doesn't believe in God is going to have hella proof. The person who does believe in God is going to have hella proof. The person who believes in, crystals and all that stuff, they're going to have hella proof as well. And it's like, yeah, that's how reality works. So understand that what you believe is going to impact your life. So definitely don't spend too much time believing or accepting things as truth that does not serve you. Because at the end of the day, you're going to be blocking yourself. You're going to be hurting your experience. For what reason? 57, 58 as I say that. So really sit with yourself and sit with the things you believe and what you're choosing to be your truth. And really sort through them and remove the things that don't serve you, the things that don't feel right, the things that make you feel less than God embodied, less than the God energy, the divine energy that you are. And lovingly release them and understand that they got you to this point, which is going to allow you to get to the next point and to actualize your dream life and to operate correctly and in alignment to yourself and your highest path. And understand that wouldn't have been possible with this version of you that believed differently, the version of you that experienced differently, that showed up differently. So understand that there's nothing wrong with where you are now or how you've seen the world up until this point. But understand that now's the time to choose differently. Now's the time to pick what serves you and to allow your world to reflect who you are, who you truly are, and who you know yourself to be. So, hell yeah, I'm excited for you. This is definitely ground zero in that process. So, happy recalibration. And the last one is Page of Wands, which just feels like right now, this opportunity that's been granted to you to change your world, to act differently, to walk differently, to show up differently. It's like, what are you going to do? What do you want? Where do you want to go? It's like the power's in your hands, and that continues to be the message as well. It's like you have a choice. You continue to have a choice. You will always have a choice. And this week, it just feels like you're going to continue to come face to face with the fact that you have a choice. So the choices that present themselves, step up and own them and get excited every time a choice comes up, a creative choice in your life to go this way or that way, or to engage with this person or that person, or to put energy into this thing versus that thing, or where do I want to go? Like, embrace all those opportunities and keep track of them and see where they go and how they unfold and how they impact. Because none of these things happen in a vacuum. Because if you choose to do this, you're not having time to do this, or you're not doing that. So understand that. Keep track of the choices you're making and see the payoffs and see how they show up and how they actually impact your experience, because they will. So, hell yeah, happy journey. I'm excited. Definitely let me know what shows up. And I really appreciate getting your feedback, y'all, and hearing the testimonies and what resonates and how things tie in, and, you know, all the little miracles that happen just by us continuing to show up. And it's like, yeah, they will continue to be just like that. So thank you for being here. Thank you for co-creating this container and this space and all of this, the magic that we continue to unfold and experience together. I'm so grateful, and I will continue to show up, and I know you will too, so thanks. Before we switch to Oracle, Tower on the bottom, things are being shaken up right now. You're not where you were before you came into this space again. I feel like, 01, as I say that on the timer. I feel like, yeah, every time we come into these readings, every time we come into the space, we quantum shift, you know? There's a lot of energy that's at play. There's a lot of concepts that we go over, a lot of portals that we walk through together. And it's like, yeah, it's enough to send your whole world crashing down, you know, to change how you operate, to change how you see the world. And that's what it's meant to do. And it's like, right now, things are changing fast. The planet is ascending very fast, and we're ascending to catch up with it. The sun, you know, it's getting hotter. The solar flares are picking up, and everything is reflecting how fast we're changing right now, how fast we're shifting, and what we're going into. And it's like, yeah, so if you feel that way as well, understand that you're in alignment to the universe, to the planet, which is a conscious being, and that we're all helping transmute this energy. We're all helping the planet ascend as we ascend as well too. And understand, as you continue to choose things that help you ascend and evolve, that chances are you'll be in alignment and flow with the world. And if you're resisting change, understand that you might get beat up right now. If you're trying to hold on to everything, you're trying to, you know, like you're not surrendering anywhere, understand that you'll probably be burned out. You'll probably feel ungrounded. You'll probably feel like, you know, things are chaotic. You'll probably feel like, whoa, you're in the middle of a tower moment. But it's like, understand that you are. But if you flow with it, it doesn't have to be this. It doesn't have to be chaotic. Because you understand that you're going to land somewhere soft. This is going to be rebuilt. You understand where this leads. And it's like, okay, let me surrender and just kind of go with it and just be here with the energy. And it's like, you can do that. So, oh yeah, that's what's going on right now. So if you feel ungrounded, you feel unanchored, you feel like, what the heck is going on? Like, I'm just getting tossed all over. Hey, it's just a little tower moment, nothing major. Just dust yourself off and we'll be okay. Let's keep walking, you know? But what's this? Oh, that's a page of wands. All right, last one, and then I'm really gonna pull Oracle. But Judgment. You got this, I'm telling you. Everything's here now. I was gonna say something's here to save the day. I don't even know what I was gonna say, but nah, you're here to save the day. It's you. It's you at a different frequency, whatever it is. Understand, it's all you. It's all you. I'm you, and at a different frequency, you know? Like, I'm saying to you what you're already ready to hear, you know? That you may not have the conscious ability to say to yourself right now, but you're only hearing it because you're ready to hear it. So it's like, you allowed me to come here and exchange and, you know, to say what you needed to hear. But it's really coming from you. The calls come from within the house. Like, if you weren't in resonance, or if it wasn't for you to hear it, you would have been somewhere completely different, watching something different, or doing something different. But it's like, all stars align in this moment for us to be here in this space right now, to be exchanging this energy. And it's like, yeah, it took both of us. And most importantly, it took you. Because the only people who are going to be receiving this are people who are ready. And it's like, I showed up and, you know, present the energy. But it's like, you take it in. You show up for it. You choose. And it's like, at a conscious level or a subconscious level, but whatever it is, hey, here you are and here I am. So there's no coincidence, y'all. But that being said, Oracle time. Because we could talk tarot all day. Whew, this has been dope. This energy is felt, I don't know, very different. Got a little quantum at some points. Definitely some big concepts and big ideas. And, maybe things that people haven't thought about or, didn't know they could think about. I don't know, but yeah. Definitely let me know how you guys are taking it away and what's really stuck with you guys. Because it's always dope to hear back. Because it's like, no, it might be the most random messages that I'll have or like the little tiniest detail. And I'm like, what was that about? But then boom, somebody comments and like, oh my God, that detail was everything. And it's like, wow, okay. It's like, it's a journey for me too. And it's an experience for me too. So definitely understand that I'm grateful for you all. And you guys are the other half of the energy exchange. And your continued engagement and continued, testimonies and, giving me feedback, it helps. It helps the container, it helps grow the container, it helps the container hold more light, and it helps me navigate it more, So, hell yeah, definitely keep it up and understand that there's no Monday magic without y'all. So, definitely, I hope you guys are as grateful for yourselves as you are to me for just, being a conduit and facilitating the energy. But it definitely takes both of us and all of us and everything. So, thank you. Kanye. It's a little windy. Kanye. You're not crazy. That's what I just heard. Trust yourself. Understand that, yes, these things are wild. Like, these concepts are pretty big. And to someone who doesn't understand them or who doesn't, live in that dimension, it may be big to wrap their head around. So if you rely on, being validated by other people, understand that you're setting yourself up and that the validation may not come. You accepting it as truth, it resonating with you has to be enough. And like, yeah, you can share with other people, you can tell them, and explain things to them and, try to help them reach their own light. That's cool. But do not allow their ability to see or not see to decide how you will move forward or how things will impact you, because you have a choice. You always have a choice, just like they have a choice. But their choice doesn't have to impact yours. And understand that you understanding who you are is much more far-reaching than any one person you can think about. So honor how you feel, honor your knowing, because yeah, that one person may not see it, but you go share and go talk to. There's 10 people who might catch a video or a post you put up about that and be like, oh my God, literally, and it's like that one person versus, the 10 people who were impacted positively. It's like, you got to go where the energy is, and it's on you to present the energy or do whatever with it that you feel called to do, and allow the pieces to fall where they may, and understand that the people in your life right now may not be your target audience, and that's okay. But understand that as you continue to let your light be seen, as you continue to show up, your target audience can find you, and they will find you, and they've been looking for you. And understand that, yeah, things get so good as you start to show up authentically, as you start to own your knowings, as you start to be confident and courageous enough to speak and to spread the light and spread the truth of oneness. Understand that miracles will find you, gifts will find you, the most divine experiences and mystical experiences will find you as you continue to walk that path of oneness, as you continue to walk as God embodied, the universe embodied. Understand that those type of things will happen to you. But as long as you're hiding from the energy, as long as you're second guessing it, as long as you're shrinking, it won't be able to find you. And you deserve all the best things. So, hell yeah, keep answering the call and keep showing up. And understand that you're not crazy. You know exactly what's going on. So, hell yeah. I am. Oh yeah, I'm here to tell someone to go do your affirmations, and don't just say them or just blah, but really feel into them. Say them, each one, like it's the most profound thing ever. Like, I am great. I am amazing. Like, really, like deliver it like from the heart, from the soul, and really embody whatever the affirmation is at any given time. And definitely spend some time saying I am, because that's a complete sentence. I am, period. Like, when people ask, oh, what do you do? What is this? Or what? I am. Like, that's it. Like, at any given moment, I exist. I'm present. My presence is what I do. Whether it's my presence here, my presence there, my presence, whatever, I'm embodied, and I'm so embodied in my power and into my presence at any given moment that I'm everything, whatever at any given turn. Today I might be a singer, tomorrow I might be an actor, today I might be an animal, tomorrow I might be a race car driver, because I'm so embodied at any given moment that I just am. I'm whatever I choose to be. I'm whatever is called to me at any given moment. 01-10-10, as I say that. Understand that I am is a complete sentence. And you don't have to be all these things. You don't have to identify as all these things because that's what they told you, and I'm feeling called to share this with you guys. But for me, it's kind of like even just like sexual orientation and race and all those things. Like I find myself coming back to it's like, why do I even put myself in those boxes? And it's like, yeah, it's easy to be like, oh, straight, black, whatever, like that's easy, but it's like there's someone out there who, being who they are isn't as easy, like in those boxes they got to put gay or bisexual, or they got to put transgender or non-binary, or all these things that that come with their own things. And it's like I'm continuing to uphold these systems that oppress people by checking straight in a box, checking black, and it's like, why? I just am, I don't, 01-11-11, as I say that, I just am, I'm just Mark, I'm just me. Even that is a box, because it's like, I'm more than just Mark, Mark is who I am now, but it's like, who knows where in other dimensions, other lifetimes, I've been this, I've been that, so it's like, I just am, like, and anything you try to put after that is limiting, regardless, because it's like, at the end of the day, you're so much more than any of this stuff, so it's like, yeah, I am. Understand that and hold that to be true, that you are, period. It's like no matter what boxes they try to put you in, no matter boxes you try to put yourself in, understand that none of that stuff is you and that you are beyond all of that. Straight, black, white, Hispanic, upside down, blue, purple, whatever. Like, you're none of that stuff and you just are. So I'm just feeling really called to drive that home to you right now. And understand that that's okay. If you don't know what you are, you feel you're struggling to decide what you are, or like you feel like you have to be this or that, or you have to own this, or you don't. It's all BS. And I'm at the point where it's like, I don't even want to subscribe to any of it. Like, what are you? I don't know. I just am, Because it's like, if I wake up tomorrow and feel differently, I'm not going to feel the need to change my whole identity about it, Like, if I wake up tomorrow, like even just being vegan, because I'm vegan, but it's like, if I decide, I don't feel like that has to be a whole identity. If I decide to go eat some honey tomorrow or, eat whatever, I don't feel like I need to be like, okay, well, I did that, so, what am I now? I guess I'm vegetarian, or I guess I'm, like, why? I'm just Mark, and I just felt like eating that, period. If I typically only eat vegetables and no animal products, that's cool, but at the point I decide to do something else, I'm not a whole different person. And I don't feel the need to subscribe to all these boxes. So that's where I'm at the point of right now. Like, even filling out applications, I'm like, I just am. Like, I'm not, all this stuff is limiting, but I still do it, but I'm exploring that. Let me know if you guys have any experience with that in your own life as well. I wonder if other people think about those things too. But yeah, you are, period. It's a complete sentence. You were purple yesterday? Oh, that's a vibe. Oh yeah, purple sounds fun. I don't even know what I am right now. I feel like blue feels kind of cool right now. Thank you for that. These cards are hard to shuffle right now. They feel all loose and fluid, like they're like this in my hand. I am, again. Somebody didn't get it. You are, period. Stop trying to put yourself in boxes that were never meant for you. You can't be put in a box. You're too damn big. If you realize how big you were and how much of a giant you were, you'd step on those boxes, like, period. You wouldn't be sitting there trying to put your toe in it, like, how can I get small enough to, like, you wouldn't. You'd be like, what the fuck? And you just stomp the box and move on. It's like, that's what you're being asked to do right now. Forget those boxes. You just are. And be yourself. Honor who you are at any given time. Who you are today may not be who you were yesterday. Who you are next week may not be who you grew up as, who your parents know you to be. Understand that you have to honor that, period. Like, you don't get any points for sitting here just being somebody you used to be. Like, you're gonna feel out of alignment. You're gonna feel like you're in a life that's not yours, because you are at that point, because that's not who you are. So all you can do at any given time is honor yourself. You are, period. That's it. Shot o'clock. It's time to celebrate. I don't know. I feel like you're getting a lot. Like, I don't know, whoever you are, or maybe it's all of us, everybody. I feel like there's so much understanding that's underway right now. Like, a lot of things are clicking. A lot of things that have been trying to click for you are clicking now. And it's like, yeah, it's like your spirit team just wants to celebrate you. It's like, yo, shot o'clock. Like, I don't know. I don't want to, I'm getting the feeling to say, like, damn, they never thought you'd get to this point. But I feel like that's not true. They know. They knew it was for you, because that's why they were so pressed to get you here. But it's like that, it's that type of energy. It's like, oh my God, like, wow, it's actually happening. Like, we knew this day would come, but now it's here. Like, it's clicking. So it's like, hell yeah, shot o'clock. Let's turn up. And it's like, if this is for you, hell yeah, let me know, because let's turn up. I got some vibes for you too. And I'd love to celebrate you all. And understand that I'm always celebrating you all. As you guys share things and you guys are having your moments, understand that I'm turning up with you every single time. I'm sitting there smiling at my phone. I'm typing, can't type fast enough to let you know, congratulations, good job, like all that. So it's shot o'clock. Let's keep turning up. And let's keep raising the vibration. Let's keep raising the frequencies. And I understand that as everybody continues to show up for themselves and to take up the space that they deserve, it makes it easier for all of us to do the same. And it's like, the more you own who you are, you show up authentically, the next person's gonna do that. And I'm gonna keep doing that. So it's like, everybody won't have to see that as a threat. They understand that they can do it too. And then we're gonna look up, and the whole world is authentic and is the truth. And we're living in the ultimate place of oneness and truth, which is the most thing. Not illusions and people, portraying truth that isn't really truth, but actual truth. Yo, Cozy, welcome back. Hey, dog. Yeah. Codependency on the bottom. Understand that you're whole. You don't need anything or anybody else to make you whole. There's nothing that you need to achieve or go seek out to become complete. Understand that you are a complete recipe in just your existence. And anything that you feel like you need is within you. It's within you. And in that process, you realize you don't need anything, because it's all here for you. And it's like, at any given time, you can have access to all this stuff. So it's like, how could you need anything when you can actualize it just, through your vibration or whatever? You can call it into you, and it'll be there in your experience as you understand how to navigate these things. So understand that you are whole. There's no job you need to get to become whole. There's no experience you need to go have to become whole. You don't need to go get in a relationship to become whole. Understand that you are whole, period. I am, period. Like, so get out of your head. Understand that if you're trying to understand all these things in the mind, you're getting further away from the truth, because the truth is not in the mind. The truth is not logical. The truth can be felt at a heart level. You just feel it. You just know it. You just experience it. So understand that if you're trying to wrap your brain around all these things, or you're trying to use logic and 4 + 4 and 5 + 5 to make it all make sense, that's you're getting further from the truth, because all this stuff just exists. It's not for you to understand. It's not for you to use reason and to make it make sense, because it makes sense. You just have to experience it. And then once you go to try to explain it, it's losing the truth of it. Because even this reading right now, like, I'm channeling and I'm letting you know, but it's like, all it is I'm picking up on an energy and expressing it to you. But it's like, the truth of the energy is the energy. So it's like, I'm limited in just communication. Like, this is English. Like, this is the English language. To somebody else, this means nothing to them, Like, the words don't mean anything. Somebody who doesn't speak English, will just be like, they might feel the energy, they might pick up on it, the passion I'm talking with, the fire I'm talking with, all that. But the words themselves isn't what's being communicated, it's what's being used as a tool to express the energy. But the energy itself is what's going on. The energy itself is what we're working with in this space. So understand that, get out of your head. Like, that's not where it is anyway. So it's like, even if I'm saying things and using words that you may not be familiar with yet, feel into the energy of what I'm saying. Feel into what you do understand. Feel into, that's the truth that will pay you, that can be used by you that you can take forward into learning whatever you need to learn and discovering more truths for yourself. But understand that it's energetic. Use your heart more than your head, and understand that that'll lead you forward for sure. So, hell yeah. That was a really good one. I appreciate that message. I felt good to deliver it. So, thank y'all. Yeah, the bottom's doing numbers right now. Listen to some music. Music is very spiritual. So go listen to something that makes you feel inspired. Go listen to something that makes you feel connected to everything, that makes you feel whole, that makes you feel like God embodied, because you are. So understand that it is that deep. It's always that deep. I know a lot of people don't see it that deep. Hey, Grand Rising. Thank you for being here, and thank you for the follow. But understand that it is that deep. Music has a power. It's literally vibrations. It's literally frequencies. It's literally spells. It's literally all that stuff that spirituality is, that magic is, that transmutation, alchemy, all that is present in music. So understand that. Make sure you're listening to something that's in alignment to the life you're trying to create, into the energy and frequencies you're trying to embody, because yeah, it's real. And all that stuff lives inside you, and it's projected outwards from you as well. So I'm also hearing, pay attention to your mental diet, the music you're listening to, the content you're consuming on social media, the advice you're listening to, the feedback from other people you're getting, all that, the stuff you're watching, all that makes up your mental diet, and all that affects your vibration, your frequency, and what shows up for you in your life. So if you're consuming a bunch of stuff that you don't want in your life, like, you're watching a bunch of murder documentaries, but you don't want to be afraid of being murdered or murder existing, or you watch a bunch of news which is telling you that, bad things are happening all the time, but you don't want to experience bad things all the time. Like, those things should match. So it's like what you're watching should make you feel inspired. What you're watching and consuming should make you feel connected to everything. Should make you feel like you're the best person in the world. Should make you feel like you can do anything you put your mind to, Like that's how you should feel, and the things that you're spending your attention, your energy, and your awareness on should affirm that. You should be in a loop of inspiration, a loop of empowerment, a loop of things that affirm your existence. You shouldn't be consuming things that make you feel fearful. You shouldn't be spending too much time doing things that make you feel out of alignment and ungrounded, and like you're just out here on your own. Understand that all that's important. Hell yeah, mental diet, just like the food you eat, because the inputs affect the outputs. So we'd be silly to think that what we're paying into, all that stuff that we're putting into our mind and things we're literally thinking about and contemplating over and over again, that they don't come out in your life, in your experience, and affect your tomorrow, your today, and all that. So yeah, just keep that in mind. And that doesn't have to be like a grueling thing, where it's not fun or you can't watch certain things, because I know I'm somebody who likes thrillers and likes suspenseful things and movies like that. Do I want those things to play out in my experience? Absolutely not. But, there's room for it. And it's the intention more than anything. Because now that you know that, you're going to move differently. So when you do watch those things, it's like you're going to know, like, okay, I'm not just blindly watching. I'm not just, consuming this stuff. It's kind of like, it's like a cheat meal, I guess. It's kind of like, okay, this may not be something I should watch all the time, but I do enjoy it. And through that, the fact that you do enjoy it is going to pay you. It's being transmuted now, because you enjoy, you're going to feel inspired. Now it becomes self-care, even though, like, yes, it's a thriller and, it's a murder mystery or whatever. It makes you feel good on the inside, in your heart. And you're just not just blindly watching it. It's like, I know this serves me. You're watching it with intention. So then that point, it can serve you. And that's the biggest thing in all this, is just the awareness. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be a saint. You don't have to, deny all these worldly things. It's like, you're on earth to experience earth. Don't get me wrong at all. Like, you're here to experience things. You're here to have a life that's worth living, and you're not here to be afraid of everything or shun it all away in the sake of being pure and enlightened. But just the intention and the awareness as you experience all these things changes everything, and it changes how these things will impact you. Now the murder mystery, now you're sending a clear message to the universe. I'm not watching this thing to make it my reality or to project it outward into my life. Like, that's not why I'm watching it, to enjoy myself right now. And I understand that I don't want this to create this. What I want is these things that, where I spend most of my time, the things I spend most of my time consuming. And this is just, I'm just watching this right now, but no harmful power. I'm not actually trying to create this. And, and it won't impact you negatively. But if you're just blindly watching and you're not aware, then your results will be random. Sometimes you might think, oh, you wanted to see that. So now, boom, like now you're in the middle of a thriller yourself. And it's like, what? You love thrillers, right? And it's like you sent the wrong message because you weren't intentional. You weren't aware. You were just kind of blindly doing things. So that's all. Definitely just be mindful of that and understand that all of it plays a role in the life you're creating. So, hell yeah, enjoy. Do a couple more of these oracles and then we'll call it. Definitely starting to feel complete. Yeah, today was dope. Like, I'm really grateful. This is definitely one of my favorite Mondays so far. I feel like every week is different, but I don't know. This one felt really powerful, really profound, and yeah, the energy is definitely flowing. I feel like I could keep going forever, honestly. Codependency again. Yeah, this just feels like a confirmation of like allowing you guys to go soon, not keeping you guys in this space too much, and understanding that, there's integration to be had, and not to just overload you guys with knowledge and things to think about, because then, it dilutes, the more it is, the more diluted it gets, and I don't want you guys to forget about things, like once we get into hour 2, hour whatever, like the things in the beginning that were just as profound may be lost and all that. So it's like understanding when to remove yourself and allow integration to start. So on Mondays, yeah, as of right now, I was just talking about considering, expanding and doing different things, but yeah, these are definitely the long form readings on Mondays, just to get through, the energies in the week. But as far as readings on my YouTube, if little random things come up, I go on there and I'll post there. But yeah, as far as the live stream, just Mondays as of right now. Oh, and my YouTube is 5D Just Too Easy. But yeah, let me know. I'm always open to expansion, and I'm not too rigid or pressed to stay, the same. I'm always embracing change and expansion. So if there's a call for more, or there's something specific that, we want to do or work with, hell yeah,